In this video, I share 3 tips that I personally use in my posing to achieve a more natural look. Hello, if we have not met before, my name is Yana Shalman and I'm a wedding photographer in New Jersey and Philadelphia area. And as I have mentioned, I would love to share 3 things that I use in my work that help me to achieve more natural posing with my couples. So number 1 would be nice and easy to tell them to walk or run. I feel like no matter what the pace, if it's super slow or somewhat faster pace or even running, always create very natural look for what people normally look like in their real life, how their bodies look. So everyone walks just a little bit differently. So I feel like no matter if we think it looks natural or no, it is going to look natural to that particular couple because they know how their bodies look, their posture, either a little bit straighter or not. I mean, always try to remind people to straighten out their posture, because sometimes people might be more self-conscious if they tend to slouch. It is a good idea to tell them, oh, do you normally slouch, or do you... I guess that's not a good way of saying it. If you tell someone, oh, do you normally slouch? They will be like, am I slouching right now? So just tell them, just remember to keep the posture that you normally would like to look like, either straight up or a little bit shoulders down, just so that they feel more natural or like more normal to what they would like to look like. So that's tip number 1. Tell them to walk at a slow pace or even running, because running can create very beautiful moments, sometimes in very pretty emotion as well, and their bodies will definitely look very natural. Number 2 is to ask your couple to dance, especially me being in the wedding photography industry. Most of my couples are about to get married and do their first dance, or they're newly married, like it's their wedding day, so the first dance is coming up or it just happened, so they are in the mode and in the zone of doing the dancing. So I feel like it puts their bodies in the very natural position, and there's some extra emotions happening, and the movement of their bodies are very natural, as well as there's a little bit more variety in posing, because the way they put their arms around each other could be a little bit more high up or a little bit lower or around their bodies, but the pose as is pretty already, plus motion is going to make things very nice and beautiful for the picture. And number 3 is to use the posing that you had in mind, that you planned, that you're using. So if you're putting them side by side or arms around each other, or like back to chest, or like anything that you're doing, when you perfect your pose, at least that's what I do, I normally perfect the pose to make sure that their arms and fingers and elbows and everything is positioned in the most perfect way, or like the most complementary for the picture. But then by the time you're done putting that together, everyone is like stiff and not good looking. I mean, maybe good looking but stiff. So what I just tell couple to do is like, okay, remember the pose now separate, step back, like give each other a little bit of space, and now go back to the same pose. So when they go back to the same pose that they just did a second ago that was stiff, but now that they're doing that pose, it's going to look way more natural and way more in the character and in the way that they would be doing it in real life. So like everything, all the fingers and all the limbs are going to be way softer and way more normal looking than as if they would get stiff within the process of you posing them. So those are the tips that I'm using in my personal work, and I find super helpful to get the beautiful natural posing with my couples, and I hope they're helpful to you as well. If you have any other questions about posing or anything else, photography or business related, leave me a comment below this video or message me on social media, and I would love to tackle your question. Have a wonderful day. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye.